Ho ho, ho ho. Yay, it's Christmas. Hello everybody, or should I say, ho ho ho, should I be a little more enthusiastic with my hos? Come on, get your bells out, start jingling them and let's get into the Christmas spirit, you miserable git. What, you don't like Christmas? Come on, it's only the holly jolly best time of the year, duh. Do you not like having fun? I know I do. I mean, what's not to like? For a start, we get to hear that Mariah Carey song again, so it can't be all bad, can it? I mean, what's wrong with hearing that song every time you walk into a store? It's awesome. Okay, I'm feeling some cynicism here. I'm noticing a negative Christmas vibe. I get that, I really do. You know what? After a millisecond of reflection, you might be right. These days, there is a bunch of stuff that's not to like about Christmas. Should Christmas be abolished in all its sugary candy cane forms? Well, you might expect a Grinch, a Scrooge-style grumpy pants like me to say so, wouldn't you? But this is what I think. I like Christmas. I just don't like Christmas. Does that make sense? No, right, I didn't think so. Allow me to explain. Welcome to a Christmas double helping of Let's Be Honest. Now, firstly, I would just like to reiterate that it's going to be a double helping of Christmas. This week will be just myself sounding off, as usual. However, the next episode, I'll be joined by the lovely Mrs. Oldman, so she can help me empty my sack of thoughts all over you. Ugh, lovely. I think that set the tone for the episode, don't you? Cheers. Lovely. Now back to today. Christmas. What are we going to do with you? Really? I mean, it is a tricky one, isn't it? Is it love or is it hate? As my dear old mum used to say, everything that glitters is not necessarily gold, son. And I think that pretty much sums up Christmas for a lot of people. Was she right? Well, she certainly wasn't wrong. Christmas certainly is very shiny. However, we know it's not particularly gold for a lot of people. Is it just simple fun that we really shouldn't be taking too seriously? Or in this day and age, is it just vulgar, distasteful and meaningless? Just like many people in the world these days. There is, of course, a third option regarding Christmas, and it's a view that my mum had. She loved it and she hated it in equal measures. The words, "This time is the last time. It's the last time I do Christmas. Next year, we're all going out for Christmas lunch. I'm not cooking another thing and you're just all getting vouchers." That would ring out from my mum every year. Now, my lovely mum would sing that song constantly until maybe, August. And then from absolutely nowhere, she would just change her tune and casually drop into conversation. "So, what does everybody want for Christmas?" "What? But Mum, firstly it's August and you said..." Yes. I know what I said, but don't you want to open a surprise?" "Not really, Mum, I'm 52. I'm okay, really. Just keep your money, please. Plus, Mum, if you are listening up there, I'm sorry, but you had shocking taste when it came to Christmas presents. You had great taste in many things, but when it came to Christmas, again, like a lot of people, you just bought shit. Every single year, I was genuinely petrified that I was going to get another Homer Simpson t-shirt that was XXL or 4 lime green shirts, because once I said that limes were quite nice, and she took it as lime is now my favourite colour and thing in the world for everything. Bless her little cotton socks, but, there's a tip for everybody. Just be careful what you say you like from, I would say, August onwards. Mothers pick up on that stuff. They miss nothing, even if it's not actually there. "I know it's only August," she would say, "but I like to be organised and, it's Christmas." "Oh, well, seeing as you use such sound logic, Mum, well, as it's Christmas, what can I say about that?" As the years went on, I stopped fighting it and I stopped giving her earache about it. It was only then that I realised, like for a lot of people, it was a sweet, relatively harmless thing that gave her a mission, something of meaning, something perhaps to look forward to. And I reckon she brought it forward every year, giving her longer to look forward to something. I don't know, makes sense on some level, I guess. Whereas men, married, single, or whatever their status, they tend not to think about Christmas and avoid any conversation or eye contact when the subject comes up. I think, given the choice, most chaps could easily live without Christmas, which is why most of them leave dealing with it until the very last moment. I've never met a man that likes Christmas. They do it for the wife, the kids, their mum, their grandma. They never do it for themselves. Why would they? It's a pain in the arse from start to finish. Now, businesses, on the other hand, have to time it right, so not to look stupid, don't want to be the first, but equally you can't be too late to the party, so to speak. Then, as mentioned, there are the mums, especially the ones that are a bit bored, have grown-up kids and or maybe grandkids to spoil. My mum, like a lot, fell into that category. I just wish she didn't. And I really wish many people didn't. The reason I say that is because, like my mum, a lot of people just overspend. This is a pressure that Christmas puts on people, and I really think it needs to stop. But what can you do? It made her and lots of people happy. Do I agree with it all? Absolutely not. And that's why, as much as Christmas does suck reindeer nuts for me, I see the joy that it brings others. So I like it, but I don't like it. I may say that a few more times. That is a perfect year for many mums. 7 months complaining of how much it costs, etc., and then 5 months preparing and getting excited and spending. And then repeat. It's bizarre, isn't it, really? Why not, I say, to all the mums out there and to my mum? Just don't ask me to wear a paper fucking hat. I mean, when it was my mum, I didn't swear, of course. Still wanted a present. Whatever age I'm at. Not an idiot. Actually, that's not totally true either. The older I got, the less I wanted a gift, as any grown-up should. Every year I begged her not to buy me anything. I mean, she still ended up getting me a Wallace and Gromit figure. I never really had the heart to say that I was never that much of a fan. Waste of money? Yeah. Did it make her happy? Yeah. Not a waste then, I guess. So just remember, boys and girls, when you get your shit present this year, remember, the gift is for you, but it's not about you. So my take on Christmas is this, and I believe lots of people are the same. Christmas, well, it's a bit like sex. The thought of it, like sex, is kind of better than the reality. It often promises so much, but delivers so little. It can get a bit messy and rather exhausting, really. And if you think you've gotten away with doing it just once, forget that. You have to do it all again the next day. Also, after the Christmas fortnight, or however long it's supposed to last does, you're left feeling like Santa has just shagged you up the chimney, not bought you dinner, and not hugged you afterwards. So, you can fuck off your Coca-Cola drinking fat fuck. Oh gosh, that episode took a turn, didn't it? That went from all nice and fluffy and mumsy to Santa's a fat fuck. Cheers. Which he is. Now the sad thing is, he, fat fuck, aka Santa, he just dangles his shiny balls in your face every year, doesn't he? And you fall for it, don't you? Yes, you do. Without fail. You, him, her, they. You're just a whore to Christmas. For me, it is a very confusing time. I mean, I don't actually mean for me. I know exactly what Christmas means. To me, anyway. But we'll get to that. Now, my confused state is born out of watching everybody else for the last few months of the year. I often find myself offering a bit of a confused dog pose. You know, the head tilt to the side, just watching with a mixture of confusion and disbelief. Did they actually drink that? Do that? Did they buy that? And are they going to wear that? Ah, yes, it seems they are. And some of them aren't even American. I know. I'm kidding. Cheer up, my American chums. It's Christmas. Or Thanksgiving. They are different, right? Now that's another problem right there. America, the US of awesomeness. Now, as I think we all know, America does seem to have a tiny, tiny obesity problem, which of course is very serious and should not be made fun of. Well, it should, just not today. Now, this is just a thought. Could part of the problem be over-consuming? Just a little. Is it possible? One example might be Christmas, lots of food and drink, etc. Also Thanksgiving, lots of food and drink, etc. Now I'm led to believe that these two events are only about a month apart. Is it needed? I mean, I know you want to celebrate the blessing of the past year, but can't it wait another 3 or 4 weeks? It's just an observation. Hey, it comes to something when you can't celebrate Thanksgiving. It's an important day. Is it though? What are you actually celebrating? I'm celebrating the year and I'm being thankful. Cool. In November. And what are you celebrating at Christmas? I'm celebrating the birth of baby Jesus. Fair enough. Why do you call him baby Jesus and not just Jesus? No other baby's name is preceded by the word baby, unless it's a Justin Bieber song. Maybe Just Jesus is better, a bit like Just Juice. It's a bit more modern, a bit more, snappy. Hanging out with JJ on the 25th, if you're from like a modern church. Yeah, I like that. I'm just hanging with JJ. Ooh, maybe not say hanging. Or perhaps as Mark the Bible Basher Wahlberg says at the end of all his videos, hey, stay prayed up. What a twat. Hey everybody, what's up? Mark Wahlberg. I'm prayed up. It's 5 a.m. in the morning. I've had 5 workouts. I got up so early. I even got up before I went to bed. Stay prayed up. Anyway, what do I know? I guess all the religious Christmas lovers are right at the end of the day. Nothing says party and celebration like being born in a stable surrounded by cow shit. Makes sense. By the way, did you go to church this Christmas? No. Okay. By the way, what are you celebrating on New Year's Eve? On this one, I'm looking back on the year. I thought that was Thanksgiving. Oh, no, this is different. I'm looking back in the year so I can look forward. What? No, I'm going to look back on my mistakes, I'm going to reflect, and then make resolutions and look forward. You mean like eating less and exercising? Yes. Good, as long as I understand. Watch out though, Easter's just around the corner. I guess it's a bit like Christmas really. You just replace Santa with a cute bunny wunny rabbit, and then you have that wonderful mix of food, religion, and no obvious clear reason why you are doing what you're doing. He died for our sins. What, the rabbit? No, Jesus. True. But did you ever think that if you didn't sin as much, he wouldn't have had to do that? So it's your fault. Am I right? Anyway, I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy Christmas, whatever reason you have for loving it, and I'm sure it's a great reason. I'm just saying don't involve me or the next person that doesn't share your enthusiasm for the season of goodwill to all men. Or women. Now, if you, whoever you are, can call me a grouchy twat for not liking Christmas, I can call you a gullible git for liking it. But I do suspect that you will get more upset than me. As always, not sure why. Oh, it's okay. Just let him be unhappy. Nothing's going to upset our Christmas. And tell you what, I bet something does. It's probably me. I've always wondered about that, Why does it have to be so perfect? My lovely mum again used to always say that line. It had to be perfect. If anything goes wrong at Christmas, no matter how small, it would always be, oh well, that's Christmas ruined again. It's not like it's a work presentation where a promotion may depend on it or an important speech. Maybe it's your wedding day. Now, why does this alleged fun or religious time need to be perfect? Could it be the effort you've put in? Could it be the money spent? I just want everybody to have a good time. No, this is something you believe in. You just want to have a good time. This is something you believe in. If you actually asked everybody else what they want, at fear of upsetting you, they would probably give you a different answer. I saw a sign in a shop the other day, and it said something along the lines of, "Be good to people at Christmas and give money to people less fortunate than yourself. They can't celebrate Christmas." I find that quite confusing because there is always someone less fortunate than somebody else. That's what makes the world up. I mean, everybody can celebrate Christmas if they want. Yeah, but I have 4 kids and we can't afford a turkey. Yeah, of course, that sucks. Saying that, I can't really have Christmas lunch on that yacht. So I would say that makes me less fortunate than the yacht guy. Maybe the turkeyless family have made poor decisions to be in that situation, and maybe I've made worse decisions than yacht guy, and that's why I'm in my position. Merry Christmas. Such a grumpy git. Shush. Look, if you care that much, cancel Christmas and give all your presents to all the poor, like an 80s feel-good movie. Go find a tramp. Are they called tramps now? Oh, I'll get in trouble for that. Home challenged? I don't know. What about church? That wonderful Christmas institution. How many people are dragged to church at Christmas? You don't find that slightly bullshitty? You go once a year because you are made to or think you should, just to keep on the on his good side. Or her good side. Or her good side. I bet you tell everybody you went to church as well. Oh, did you go? Yeah, we did. We went to midnight mass. It was more atmosphere, more Christmassy. It was like a Coldplay concert. Look, if you come to me and say Merry Christmas, you may be pissed. You may be completely off your face and you love everybody in the world at that moment. Or you just might be giving me my change back after a simple transaction. Both completely fine in my book. However, if you say it to me, as in Merry Christmas, I can guarantee the response back from me to you will be same to you. As in, all I will actually say is and to you or same to you. You will never hear me say Merry Christmas. Ever. Apart from during this episode, because, need to make a point. And it shouldn't matter to you if I do or I don't. Which I will already agree with you and say that it's the absolute bare minimum on my part. I know this. But that's not very Christmassy. I agree it's not. But I'm not. I just want you to be happy at Christmas. I want the world to be happy. Look, I am happy. I don't sound happy, but I'm happy. I'm also happy in February and October. My happiness has nothing to do with Christmas. I'm not happier at Christmas. Opposite, actually, because of conversations like this. I'm buying into your happiness by saying, and to you, or back to you, when confronted with a meaningless gesture from you. But it's Christmas. I truly don't know what that means. Look, some people genuinely love Christmas and all the fantasy that goes with it. Those people clearly needing a little help. But they are happy in that world. And I'm happy for them. Truly. Then there are the others. And these are the worst kind. These are the people that try and persuade you to like it and get annoyed when you don't. Now, I don't believe they're true believers anyway. They just want you to like it so that they don't feel totally stupid. But when they go to bed at night and they put on their Christmas jimmy jammy whammies, they know you're just a grump. Again, you're just a twat. I mean, you're probably not a twat, but you've forced me to call you a twat because you called me a grump. That's fair, isn't it? I don't think so, no. Now, to steal a line from a very irritating song that I would put money on that you love, all I want for Christmas is you. To fuck off. It's just like me saying Happy World Cup Day or Happy National Tequila Day. You are probably not going to share my level of enthusiasm, and that's okay. Well, it should be anyway. Be happy that you like Christmas, but don't be unhappy that I don't. Again, I think that's fair, don't you? Now, of course, I could continue that ridiculous exchange just to prove a point, but because it's me typing and saying the words, I'm going to win, so no point really. If you leave me alone, I will almost certainly leave you alone. Again, extremely fair. My occasional grumpiness isn't hurting anybody. An elf doesn't die, a fairy doesn't fall from a tree every time I don't reply, Happy Christmas? Or is it Xmas? Xmas. That's a funny word, isn't it? It's not very attractive. It almost sounds like a disease. Now, a lot of people at Christmas, they have a ham, don't they? Like a Christmas ham. I don't know why, they just do. But maybe they'll try and ban that this year. It wouldn't surprise me. It looks quite good on a banner. Ban ham. A ban ham banner. I don't know, I'm pretty sure some bored little woke fuck in their basement with their vanilla latte will link ham and Xmas and then come up with Hamas. Yeah, that's right, it's subliminal messaging, and it's offensive. We should all be together. We are the world. Come on, sing it. I love that song. Sing it with me. We are the world. We are the children. Please stop, or I'll be forced to punch you. It's rude. Love that song. What, you think that's ridiculous and far-fetched? Well, let me tell you something. I was reading somewhere the other day that people, one person, was outraged. They said that Christmas was all about secret messaging, and the colours for Christmas were the same as the flag of Palestine. It's true, really. I mean, I may have made up that ham thing, but this shit is real and staggering. But hang on, Mr. and Mrs. Fruit and Nutcase. Hang the Christmas fuckety on. The colours of the Palestine flag. Now that would be red, green and white. Okay, yeah, they're Christmas colours. But there's also black on the flag, isn't there? That's right. There are bored fucking people out there just looking for trouble. I mean, what's black on Santa? His belt, I guess? Maybe his liver after all the wine that's been left out for him? Or her? Or her? There's not really much to say about that, is there? Staggering. Just on that point, to all the hypocritical Christmas people, why don't you go on a march on Christmas Day? Why don't you cancel your Christmas and give all your money to the cause? Didn't think so. Maybe you could do something on Facebook or just sit around the Christmas dinner table. That should do the job. Maybe you'll join hands and have a few words for all the less fortunate people again. Okay, let's say a few words. Okay, that'll do it. Come on, tuck in. It's getting cold. Who wants stuffing? Saucy. The horror. And turn the page. Oh, let's watch the Christmas chase. I might leave that one alone, my festive chums. Oh, talking of festive, today I'm drinking eggnog. Cheers. And if you think that I am, you and Christmas fucking deserve each other. So, you don't want to go to parties and have fun. We're having Christmas drinks at our place. You coming over? Oh, fuck. I thought we'd finish with the trying to convince me to be happy. We're just worried about you, sad face. Okay, I will be there. But you have to dress in something Christmassy. Okay, I'll see you in January then. Actually, you know what? Thinking about it, I will come in fancy dress. You will? It's a Christmas miracle. Super. I will turn up at your house, pissed, and then get progressively more pissed and throw up in your garden over your little Christmas nativity scene. There you go. It's not exactly three wise men. It's more pissed wise old men bringing gold, frankincense, and perhaps... bleh. Doesn't get more Christmassy than that. It's authentic, and I bet people will be copying me by the end of the evening. So you wouldn't come to a party if you had to wear reindeer horns? No, I really wouldn't. Don't get me wrong, I have dressed as Santa before, but that was for business because I was playing the role of Santa. To me, that's very different than walking around with reindeer horns on a Saturday afternoon just to show that I have a wacky sense of humour. That is the opposite of having a sense of humour. What about some mistletoe? You can't object to that. How about a cheeky kiss? See, you're forcing me to say it again. How about you fuck off? Oh, hang on, I have a thought though. Can I hang the mistletoe on my belt? Then we might have a party. That's just gross. Isn't it though? Well, you did ask me what I want for Christmas. You know what, it's the same as those awful hats you get in a Christmas cracker. I remember, even as a kid, I refused to wear them at the Christmas dinner table. I would look over at my stepfather and think, you just look like a knob. You're not funny with or without the hat. It really doesn't make you funnier. Look, I can't help it. I just despise everything about it. You're then going to go, oh, pull a cracker with me. No. Why? Because it's very silly. Plus, I know you're going to hold that cracker a little closer to the middle and really tight because you just want to win. And then when you don't win, it'll be, oh, it's broken. Let's do another. Then you will tell me to wear that ridiculous hat. You will then also say, oh, what plastic toy did you get? You know, the toy that the cat or the dog is going to choke on later. Then it gets worse for me. Oh, yes, it does. You will say, oh, what joke did you get? And you're going to make me read it. What happens to elves when they are naughty? Oh, hang on, I know this one. Don't tell me. I wasn't going to. Okay, tell me, I give up. Santa gives them the sack. Then somebody laughs, and I instantly hate them as well. I hate them for so many reasons in that exact moment. Why couldn't you buy me a gun for Christmas, and then I could shoot you? You see, what would really liven up a dinner if there were some proper jokes in there? I don't know, something like a gift with some tomato sauce on it, and the note could say, this is from the Christmas period. Now that would get a laugh around the table. Or not, until you, because you laughed, you're then tasked with explaining it to Granny. Maybe this is a bit more middle ground. Why was the snowman smiling? Because he could see the snowblower coming down the street. No? Still too much? I mean, you could make lunch more fun and pretend to reminisce. You could say something like, I don't know, yeah, I remember lying in bed as a kid, waiting for Santa to come. Then there was that awkward silence when he got dressed and left. Still too much? Time to move on, I think. Christmas. Now, if in Europe it's kind of cold and often a little, picture postcardy-ish, everything covered in snow, and it's the image that most of us was sold as a child. I mean, wherever you're from in the world, to be fair. Again, slightly strange. Everything is covered in snow. And if you are going by facts, you remember facts, take the UK. For instance, there has not been widespread snow in the UK for 13 years. So if you are, let's say, I don't know, peak Christmas age, you're a little 10-year-old boy or girl, you are now almost 24 and you haven't had a white Christmas. So the snow thing is literally wishful thinking. The snow falling at Christmas is about as real as, sorry to say it, Christmas itself. Grumpy, grumpy, grumpy. Now here's the thing. There is a legend in some parts that suggests that the lack of snow falling is just equal to people believing in Christmas. It's true-ish. Maybe. Just like in the Christmas movie Elf, Santa's sleigh is powered by people believing in Christmas. Now, so it seems, and I can't confirm this, every time somebody says Merry Christmas and means it in December, Santa rubs one out. Now, just in case you think you misheard me, you didn't. Every time somebody says Merry Christmas and means it in December, Santa rubs one out. That's not true. Oh, say it's not true. Ah, but it might not be not true. What? I know, I thought it was a bit naughty as well, but it does kind of make sense. In the 70s, certainly growing up in the UK, as I did, it always seemed to snow around Christmas. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Hey, I'm sure Greta has a word on that. Greta, anything? Oh, you have ruined my dreams and it's very, very hurt. Thanks, Greta. Now fuck off. So back in the 70s, I think people were less cynical and they believed more. It was a far simpler time. However, now Christmas is more commercialised and tacky. People, they just don't seem to care or believe. So what happens? That's right. Santa jerks off less. Less snow for you and me. It's very sad. Look, I will let you make all the links between his sack being full and why Rudolph always seems to have a red nose. I'm not going to go there. Look, if all is to be believed, this dude, or woman, they do everything in one day. So I'm pretty sure it gets lonely up there, for 364 days a year. Come on, you would think about it. That cute red nose and those big Disney eyes? Yeah, you think about it. So maybe if I was being positive this Christmas, if you wanted to snow this Christmas, why not throw a few more holly jolly greetings out to people? Not to me, of course. But you have to mean it, because Santa, he's watching and he will know. Or she will know. Or she will know. Not that token once-a-year church visit or the tiny cash donation. A genuine, I mean it, happy Christmas and goodwill to you, sir. Or madam. Or madam. Again, like in the movie Elf. Think of Santa's knob as the sleigh. If you believe in Christmas, the sleigh lifts off and goes up. See where I'm going with that? As I say, I don't know if it's true, but can you take that chance? Even if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for Christmas. He is watching, sitting in his favourite chair and just waiting. Just have a thought for him. How would you like it if the only time you could knock one out is when somebody believed in you or said something nice? Exactly. Don't be selfish. At this point, I feel I should stop and say, hey, if there are any kids listening, don't listen. I'm of course not going to say that because that's precisely who should be listening, you ungrateful little bastards. More on that in a minute. Now going back to the snow thing, or the lack of it, if in other parts of the world, Australia for instance, where I live now, it's all about barbecues on the beach, and shrimps on the barbie, which I must admit I do struggle with. I wonder if they'll make Barbies pink this year. Wouldn't surprise me. Have a Barbie. Some twat would buy that. I've never really been able to get my head around 35-degree heat and listening to songs about snow and warming chestnuts on the fire. It just feels a bit forced, doesn't it? It doesn't really work. Come on, let's face it, my lovely Australian people. You don't give either of Michael Bublé's testicles about Christmas. I think you celebrate the way you do because of the idea that's been sold to you and that you are a million miles away from it. As in, you're never going to get it. I'm talking about skating on an outdoor frozen lake or, as mentioned, everything covered in snow. You are Australian and you just want an excuse to party. Am I right?
Struth, you could be right, mate.
So what does Christmas in Australia get you? Some time off work? Check. An excuse to go to the beach? Check. A reason to get pissed up and do something stupid and then use the excuse, hey, it's Christmas. Check. Eat too much? Yeah, check. Spend time with family? Sometimes check, but we can get to that later. Get some presents? Oh yeah, check. So I would say that all of those things are fairly decent reasons to say good day to Christmas. And I, for one, am not shitting on that idea at all. My argument is, why do we have to put an emphasis on the word Christmas? You can do all those things without calling it something like Christmas. It's just an idea that we've been sold, and we keep buying it. Going back, and let's take that fat fuck Santa again, the whole red thing being invented by Coca-Cola. We know it, but we almost turned a blind eye to it. It is bizarre, isn't it, how not real something can be, and how seriously that not real thing is taken. Still, as I've said, what the fuck do I know? Also, you probably aren't religious. Christmas isn't even fucking religious. It was hijacked by the church, I know, hundreds of years ago.
But Jesus was born on the 25th in a stable.
Okay, let's say he was. But what does that have to do with the Coca-Cola fatty bum delivering presents? Again, I don't think the three wise men came down the chimney with presents, did they? No, they walked through I was going to say the front door, but it was a fucking barn, wasn't it? Also, going back to Santa, he is always made out to be a hero, isn't he?
Or her.
Or her, delivering presents to all the kiddies, wherever they are from in the world, all in one night. It's brilliant.
But Mummy, how does he do it, Mummy?
Well, Johnny, he has a very, very special sleigh that goes very, very fast.
Daddy said it's because he wanks a lot.
Well, if Daddy keeps talking like that, that's precisely what Daddy will be doing for a whole year. Okay, I have a thought. People talk about superheroes and returning to family values all the time these days, do they not? I mean, certainly the superheroes thing, it's what most kids love, and why not? I do too. Okay, how about this? Why don't we fuck Santa off and start telling kids that it's mummy and daddy who deliver the presents? Because they do, of course. Okay, how about this for a Christmas sales pitch? As a little kiddie, you go to bed and you dream of Christmas, and if you've been good all year, you get lots of lovely presents. Not just good for a few weeks, but a good little boy and girl all year round. So, Christmas morning arrives and you run downstairs to find Mummy surrounded by presents. It's just how you dreamed it would be. Look, Johnny, you have 10 lovely presents. That's a lot of presents, isn't it?
But Jilly has 12 presents. Oh, wow.
Yes, but that's because Jilly was good for all 12 months of the year. You were a little cunt in February and April. Don't you remember? No. Well, I do. You, my little soldier, you were an arsehole. Every month you were good is equal to a present. That was the rule.
I hate Santa.
No, Johnny, we've talked about this. Santa doesn't exist. Santa works for a sugary drink company that will end up killing all of you. This is how it works, Johnny. Mummy and Daddy work their man and lady bollocks off all year. Yes, I said bollocks. It's a naughty word, but I've already called you a cunt, so it doesn't matter. Then they put money aside to buy you more presents than is healthy or you deserve, for no real apparent reason. Also, do you remember those mince pies and a glass of milk you left out for Santa?
Yes.
Well, Daddy eats those mince pies and Mummy puts a big measure of Kahlua in that milk to make it a grown-up drink. And that's how we get through the holidays with you, you little shit. The end. Cheers. Fuck him. So there it is. Get rid of Santa and make Mummy and Daddy the real heroes. Because they are. Guess who's going to be extra good next year? Yes, little Johnny. I think so too. If we have to have Christmas, why can't we just create our own and leave Fatty out of it? You can have a gay Christmas, a non-binary Christmas. You can have a pink Barbie Christmas where you hate men. It doesn't matter. You can make it up. No Santa and the heroes are Mum and Dad, just whatever variation on Mum and Dad you like. Also, I reckon the shops will like it because they can create any piece of tacky merchandise to fit people's agenda. And nobody can complain. Because if you don't like something, that means it's not for you. Nothing is being forced on anybody. Easy. Now back to reality. Sounds quite nice though, doesn't it? Now I do believe Christmas is changing. For the worse though. I think people are attempting to find fault with Christmas at every turn. Just because. It's already started. That thing I said with the Palestine flag and the colours. That is truly ridiculous. People are trying to ruin Christmas. Now granted, that may sound strange coming from somebody who doesn't care about Christmas and has just spent the last 30 minutes moaning about it. But I think it's been ruined for the wrong reasons. It's political and it's, for people's own agenda. Now this is something else I saw the other day. I believe it's Kmart or, I don't know, a Target product. I can't really remember. But it made my day. And it also made me question my life at the same time. Black Santa in a wheelchair. I mean, there was a white one as well. No Asian. Funny that. There never is. I just wondered why. Not the Asian thing, why Santa is in a wheelchair. There never seems to be an Asian thing. Who knows? Maybe it's because everything is made over there in China. They know how shit it is and then they palm it off to us and they're just laughing. It's possible. I mean, Black Santa, yeah. Why not? I completely get that. If Jesus can be from the Middle East and white, then Santa can be black. That's not my problem. My problem is Black Santa in a wheelchair. Okay, here's my question. Kmart or Target, whoever the fuck produces this, do they care if it sells? I mean, pretty much all products in the world are made with the sole purpose of selling, aren't they? But this can't be true with this product, can it? Is a black person buying it? I don't think so. Is a white person? I can't see how or why. Are the disabled buying it? I think they know they're in a wheelchair. I can't imagine they would want to be reminded or celebrate it. Is the woke, hokey-cokey white person buying it, just to make it look like they care? Yeah, maybe a bit. At the same time, not really seeing just how inappropriate it really is. Are people buying it as a joke? Of course, if they do, that's pretty fucking sick. So who the fuck is buying this thing? By the way, I think these things, they're quite cheap and they're pretty lightweight, so you can hang them on a tree. Really? Black guy, tree, hanging? Is nobody seeing a problem with this? Fuck me. I think one of these companies has also produced a trans nutcracker. I mean, fair enough on that one. It makes sense on one level. I believe that one has the rainbow flag, which, again, is fair enough on that one. If you're gay and you want to celebrate Christmas that way, then all power to it. I don't really have a problem with that one. It's the wheelchair one that I don't get. I just don't see anybody celebrating somebody hanging on a wheelchair on a Christmas tree. In my day, we had fucking chocolates. Now, to finish part one in this lengthy, not very Christmassy Christmas special, I have to touch on music. I mean, there's not really much that can be said that hasn't already been said. Michael Bublé comes out of his cave. It's vanilla. He's vanilla. But we can't hate him because he seems like a really good bloke. And the music, it's just there, isn't it? It just lingers like an odour, like a post-Christmas Day dump. If you try and blank it out, it's okay. It will eventually just blend into the air. Then there is Mariah What's-Her-Face doing her thing with that song. You know what? I can't even say her name anymore. Forget elves dying when you don't say Happy Christmas. I die a little bit inside when I hear that song. That song. It's almost taken on like a Voldemort life. If you say her name or the name of that song, it will almost certainly come on the radio. You know what? I think Christmas music is quite a big deal, so I think I might leave that conversation for next time with Mrs. Oldman. Just to finish with the episode and music, Band-Aid. You know that song from 1984? I think it was a charity song for the starving kids in Africa. Do They Know It's Christmas? It came on the radio the other day. I think it was on Smooth FM. Some strange lyrics in that song. I'd never really noticed it before. It starts with, do they know it's Christmas? No, probably not. Fucking result, I say. There won't be snow in Africa this Christmas? Again, I don't know, is that a bad thing? I'm sure the last thing they want is snow. It'd just make it a bastard to get to work. And also, they haven't got the winter wardrobe. Again, making out that snow is the best thing since, Jesus. And then there's that Bono line. Bono, the patron saint of everything, including being the lead singer of the most overrated band in fucking history. He sings, well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you. Bono, what a wanker. So there it is, Christmas. As I said, I like it and I don't like it. I like it for you, if you want me to, but I don't like it for me. My wish this Christmas is that you respect the wishes of people that don't wish it. Now, seeing as the podcast is every fortnight from this point on, that's when part 2 with Mrs. Oldman will drop. Which is not to say I'm going to be quiet, because I won't. I will be doing more stuff on the YouTube channel, which is @WiseOldman. It's a place where you can leave comments and ask any question you desire. Talking of wishes, my other wish is that you go on the YouTube channel, @WiseOldman, and you subscribe. That would be lovely. So whatever you are doing over the Christmas period, please play nice. Don't be a dick to people, and then just carry that feeling on for the whole of the next year. Then repeat. Now that's the gift that keeps giving. Until next time, Merry